Welcome back. This is the final part of our Audacity unit on Rogue's Instruction Online Music Education. To start, you will need the click track, hi-hat, snare, and kick audio files. I will demonstrate how to make a very basic beatbox beat using some samples I created using my own voice. I will show how to cut and paste, move around these samples so they line up into something that could be called a basic beat or a drum pattern. You could easily take everything we have done in this unit to record your own beatbox sounds and put together your own composition, which would be a lot more interesting than we have time for in this lesson. First thing I want you to do is open up the click track file. So let's do that. Here is our click track, and it's simply a way to keep everything in time when we don't have measure numbers or things like that. So let's take a listen. Okay, from here, we're going to import our three instruments. So go to Import, Audio, and then we will select all three by holding down Control and selecting all of them. And here they are. We have our click track, our hi-hat, our kick, and our snare. Let's get started by moving our kick up to where the hi-hat is. So I'm going to click this little arrow and choose Move Track Up. And now the kick is directly underneath our click track. We're going to be using our time shift tool to move things around, as well as our selection tool to select things and copy and paste them in different places. So we're going to start off by having our kick happen at the same time as all of these pulses here on our click track. So I'm going to start by grabbing our time shift tool and moving it so it starts right around the same time as our first click. Then I'm going to go back to my selection tool, double click my kick sound, and use either Control C or Command C to copy, and then go to my next one and make sure I'm lined up right with my second beat, and Control V or Command V to copy, and do the same with all of these clicks. There we go. Now let's take a listen to what we have. Okay, that will do for our kick drum going on every beat. Now let's look at our snare. So let's move our snare up as well. Hit the little down arrow and move track up. So now our snare is right underneath our kick, and we're going to move this on all the even numbered beats. So let's move this over so it lines up with the start of the second kick, and then double click to select it, Control C or Command C, and we'll go to the fourth and Command V or Control V, and the sixth, and the eighth. Let's hear what we have so far. So now let's look at the hi-hat. I'm going to move the hi-hat all the way to the top, right above the kick even. So the hi-hat is right below the click track. So we need a much smaller sound for our hi-hat. Let's solo this and hear just a hi-hat sound. Very, very long sound. So we're going to shorten it. So we're going to make sure we have our selection tool selected, and let's trim off the beginning, and then we'll take off most of the tail here. And I'm going to move this over, and let's see what we have so far now. Maybe I can even make it a little bit smaller. There we go. Then I'm going to line it up again with the start of my first beat. And I'm going to do on the beat and halfway. Now, this is not intuitive in Audacity. The Audacity isn't really designed for this, but we can still do it, and I'll show you how. So we have it lined up with our first beat. Let's double click it, select it, and Control C, Command C to copy it. And I'm going to go to about the end of the kick drum sound here, and Control V, and then go to the start of the next one, Control V, the end of this one, and so on and so forth. I should have a total of 16 by the time we're done. All right, so that's going to be pretty generally evenly spaced. Let's see how it sounds so far. All right, it's a little bit off, and I can see it. Like this space here is smaller than this one here, and this is smaller than this one here. So I'm going to use my time shift tool to just try to adjust these a little bit so that they are more evenly spaced. There we go. Let's take a listen. Okay, and let's turn off solo and hear everything. Okay, that would suffice. It's a very, very basic drum sound. Let's get rid of our click track. Let's mute that so we don't hear that anymore. So let's see what else we can do here. Let's make it so the kick, instead of it being on every beat, it's going to go one half a beat later. So let's move it over so it starts on the next hi-hat. So we'll leave this one here. I'll move this one. Leave that here. Move this one. And let's see how that sounds. There we go. That sounds a little bit more interesting. And then you can always make some more changes. You can add some more. You can take some away if you'd like. You can make some chopped rolls if you want to make something a little more hip hop. But again, this isn't supposed to be high art here, but you can definitely make something out of just these couple samples of a human voice. If you want to be more musical as well, you go in and let's say that you don't like exactly how these hi-hats sound, and we can go to change pitch and we can move them up a little bit. Let's preview that. So that's another option that you can do. And you can continue on and make whatever changes you would like. Just make sure that you have the minimum of the snare hitting on 2 and 4, the bass hitting on a minimum of 1 and 3, and you need to have hi-hats predominantly hitting on the beat and in between the beats as well, on the upbeats. All right, have some fun with this. This is a summative for this class. So really spend a lot of time and make sure you are have some sense of pride in what you make in terms of this musical drum beat. Have fun with it and submit it when you are done. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.